Okay. Dear experts, thank you very much to take participation in my interview about online consulting. Let's start. How many years do you work in consulting industry?
I started in 2006.
Okay.
So 5 years.
5 years. Oh, great. Thank you very much. Do you sell consulting online?
Not as far as I know, no.
Okay. And our interview includes 3 parts. Now we will start first part, which is dedicated to trust and face-to-face communication in consulting services. Within the literature, I found a lot of opinions that consulting cannot be sold online because of trust and personal relationship are crucial in consulting. However, I found that some authors show evidence that various types of consulting project and stages of project require different level of clients' interaction and trust. And the first question, do you agree with this statement that various types of consulting project and stages require different level of trust and interaction with clients?
Yes, I think different levels and stages takes different levels of interaction. So I agree on the statement.
Please explain your response and give example of interaction from your practice. It helped me understand more better this statement from your experience.
Well, depending on the project, say that you will implement an ERP system in a company, and you as an expert go in with a team to make this a good ERP system for a big company, say an international oil and gas company. And so of course in the initial stages you collect data from the companies to see what type of system can we build, what suits them best, how can we make this a good system for them and usable and all of these things. And then you work closely with the company to see their needs and analyze all of this, and then you pull back to build the system, the practical process of it. So mainly I could see that you could sit in your own office space and not in the client company's office space or online or wherever when you build this system. And then you go into the company again and you test the system, and then to see if it works, and then you work through potential problems and all of this, and you roll them out. You roll out the system, as we say in SAP. But so I think there are of course more stages than these, but I think there are stages that takes a lot of interaction and stages that takes no interaction with the client company.
Could you specify which stages require a lot of interactions and trust? And I think that first part of project require a lot of interaction.
Yes, definitely first part of the project. Also the analysis stage where you see where you analyze what type of which is also mainly in the beginning, but to see how you can facilitate them in the best possible way, and also of course when implementing and when going live to see if this works and how it works, and to work through the implementation.
Thank you very much for your very interesting answer. Next question is, uncertainty in the project means that tasks are vague, processes are not predictable, outcomes are not specified, and quality of results are difficult to measure. And the more uncertain the project is, the greater the level of trust and interaction with clients is needed. Do you agree that uncertain projects require a lot of interaction and a lot of trust.
Yes, and to a certain level, I do agree. I think it's difficult to go into a project where the tasks are vague and not predictable if you don't have a certain level of trust. So I think yes, it's very important with trust in this type of projects.
Do you have any example of certain project in your company when task and process and outcomes specified at the beginning?
There are always goals set at the beginning, such as with implementation of an ERP system. There's always goals of that time of reporting goes down, for example, that the outcomes will generate bigger revenue, for example, and these things are, of course, stated usually by the company that has gone into this project firstly, and then we as a consultant company, of course, want to present these results, or also present these at the beginning of the project to state what are we selling, how can we go in and do this better for you.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you agree that uncertainty in project can be reduced if the process of providing service, quality of results, outcomes and cost will be clearly defined at the beginning in project?
Yes, I agree that this can reduce the uncertainty, but I just think that if there's not a guarantee, which most consultancy companies give you an approximate number or time scale or amount of money that you have to pay, but there's always plus minus 10%, for example, or there's always possibilities to expand, because so big projects are very difficult to measure and to see how much it's going to cost and what time it takes when you go in.
So, do you think that all consulting projects include some uncertainty in any case, even
Yes.
when projects describe absolutely clearly?
Yes, I think there's always, because you don't know, usually there's always something that comes up when you work through the project, and you never know. It's not always in your control of what happens. If there's anything externally or the market or whatever that happens, there's always an uncertainty factor.
Okay, thank you very much. If you currently do not use online consulting in your business, what is the greater barrier to you use this?
It hasn't been specified, or we haven't discussed what type of online service we could give our customers, but I think as some of the theory that you said before, that consultancy is thought about as a process where you get experienced and expert people in to work through a project, or a project to help you do everything from change management to ERP implementation, or more effective business, or whatever it should be.
Okay.
So that's why I think, but of course, depending on how you say selling online consultancy, we of course present ourselves online, but we don't do the business only online.
Okay, but you do some stage partly online via internet.
Yes, because we have experts all over the country working for our company. So if we are not sitting together, of course we are interacting online with emails or meetings online and things like that.
Okay, thank you very much. So Let me conclude your answer on this question. You mentioned that the greatest barrier for you is nature of consulting, that you should diagnose the problem before to sell it, and this is a great barrier from your point of view. Yes? No?
Yes, and that people think about consultancy as a humans going in and working practically in your company and helping you with processes, for example. So the online process of not being present in the company, I think is a barrier.
Okay, thank you very much. The question 5 from the first part is dedicated to rank scales of different barriers. I kindly ask you to rank the barriers after the discussion and send me the table via email. Okay?
Okay, but we can go through it now if that's okay, and I can just give you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, question 5 is, please rank the following barriers for e-consulting. Please add and rank any other barriers, okay? If necessary, please use scale. The greatest barrier 1, substantial barrier, minor, and okay. Financial. I don't see the financial as a big barrier of going online, so that's 3, not a barrier. Technological. We have so many technological so many things that we could use that I don't think that would be a barrier. So 3, not a barrier as well. Trust, that's where I think there could be a barrier. So since we are not working face to face, I think 1 substantial barrier there. Face to face communication, yes, definitely that is a barrier, that we don't have it. Uncertainty of process. Well, I think that's, as I said before, I think there's always an uncertainty in consultancy. How that would be online is very difficult to analyze, but it would be a barrier, but I don't think it would be a substantial one, so 2, minor.
Thank you.
E-commerce knowledge. Well, yes, I think that could be a minor error there as well.
Okay.
Barrier.
Would you like to add something what is not mentioned here?
I think you have mentioned what I discussed earlier, so no.
Thank you very much. Now we will start second part about service concept. Have you looked through service concept in Appendix 1?
Yes.
Yes. Let me explain briefly what does it mean. Service concept is a document which used in order to specify the service like a product, what organization will sell and what buyer will buy. And as you can see from appendices, there are some form of service concept. And my question is, do you use a service concept to make it clear to client what service you offer? Or perhaps you can use other document. Could you give me?
We don't use what you call a service concept directly, but we do use a standard sales contract where we explain what we deliver and a time scale and all of these legal aspects of going into a contract.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you think that service concept or other similar document can reduce uncertainty in project?
I definitely think that there needs to be a contract, a written contract when you go into a project, because where I come from, that is just that's what we need to go into a relationship. We do not go into anything if we don't have it written down, both because we want things to be as certain as possible, and for both parts, both consultancy and client company, to be clear on what we are going to do and what the outcomes are going to be.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for answer. And the third question, do you think that clients prefer to rely on process rather than rely on consultant when trust and relationship have been established among parties?
I'm not sure what you mean. When you say rely on process rather than rely on consultants, what do you mean about that?
I mean that the clients, for example, say director of company, prefer to choose company which can provide clear process, operation process in organization, and something like this. Or do you think that owners will choose special expert?
That's hard. It's hard because I think both are very relevant from where I come from. But it's
okay. It's a good answer that you think that clients think that consultant very important and process also should be clear. Something.
yes.
Okay, thank you very much. The third part of our discussion dedicated to codified services. Have you looked through Appendix 2?
Yes.
Let me explain briefly what does it mean. I found in literature that consulting divided to two directions. First direction is almost focus on strategy and organization work, and it includes more interaction with clients rather than reading technical documentation. And codifying approach, it's more focus on technology and standard decisional solution for company. It's specified and have a logical sequence or algorithm. And I collected all characteristics of each direction and present it in table 1, which you have in Appendix 2. So the question, the first question of this part is, which of your service already exhibit of codified characteristics? Do you have a service with codified characteristics?
Let me just take a look at the codified.
Okay, please, I wait.
We don't do mass production, or it's mainly what I can see. It's mainly on the personalized side of. But what I can see of the codified is that. Let me see.
I should mention that in literature I also found that there exists some of type of consulting which include both personalized and codified characteristics.
Okay. Yeah, because I think to a certain extent our outcomes are fixed, but we always have a clause in our contracts that there, plus minus whatever we have presented, because we don't know, depends on the client company and so forth. But I can your job is both knowledge and labor intensive, because it takes a lot of knowledge and it takes lots of labor and time, all depending on the type of projects, of course. So I think that's
some stage can be codified, some stage can be more personalized.
Yes, but definitely more on the personalized level. Yes.
So may I choose answer for your question that yes, I offer service with some codified characteristic?
Yes.
And could you give example service with codified characteristics? I mean stage in your case.
Yeah, let me think. Well, if we offer a product like we offer ERP systems, then we do have a very standard outcome, but it is personalized to the company. But it is a standard system that we make into a personalized product for the company. But it is a standard package that everyone can buy, and that we just make it special for them. So to a certain extent, there are a lot of some of the codified ones in selling ERP systems. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. And I have next questions. That service with codified characteristic can be conducted online. Do you agree? But I understood that your answer that you do not agree that codified service can all.
Yes. I think services with very codified characteristics, as I read on your appendix 2, can probably be sold online. It all depends on, I think, the products that you sell or the service that you sell, and what type of clients you think or want to see who you want to talk to. So I think yes, but it all depends on what type of product or service you sell and who your clients are.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer. I kindly ask you to rank codified characteristic in Appendix 3. If you want, we can do it now.
Yes, please.
Yes, just a moment. I listen to you very attentively.
Let me just see here.
The question is... please rank the codified characteristics depending on importance for e-consulting in Appendix 3. The most important 1, important 2, least important 3, and not important 4.
I don't think it's very, very important that you need to mass produce it. I think that is least important.
Okay.
I think essential principle that it's codes-based. Yes, I think that is important. I think labor-intensive is important. I definitely think that the fixed outcomes are important, and that I'm not sure if it's even if you sell your packages or services online, and so there needs to be a standard, but I think also you need to be able to expand that standard according to your client's order. But I think it's least important to have a standard.
Okay.
Personalization low. Well, if you're going online, then I guess that is important, yes.
Thank you.
Quality needs to be good, so that is important. Stable. Result tangible. I think if they don't see your face and have face-to-face interaction, I think it's very important that the outcome is tangible. Yes.
Thank you.
Important. uncertainty of project definitely needs to be low, so that is important. And that the results of the project are concrete as far as that is possible, that is important. Life cycle of market, maturity. What do you mean by that? That you go into
I mean that I found in literature that consulting which is tested and which clients know very well, they trust this service, and such type of consulting, if it has codified characteristics, can go online.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Then, so it is important that the life cycle of the market is mature.
Okay, thank you.
Price. Depending on how, of course, you can build this, you could say, trust for the online service. I think you don't necessarily have to have a very low price, but I think maybe in the beginning lower, and then maybe raise the price. I don't know how, when you have built a brand or a name or a trust in the market. But so I don't think I have to say 2 on the price, least important.
Okay, thank you.
Skill level, middle and low. I think skill level should be high if you're going to sell online. So I think that is. I don't know how you characterize that.
Okay, I change. I mention high. I mean that skill level for sale. Of course, in order to create such product, the level of skills should be very high. But when the product is ready, and it's ready package product, to sell it, the skill could be middle and low.
Okay. Okay. That is number 3, I think, least important.
Okay. Thank you.
I think it's very important that it's explicit knowledge. If not, you can't have anything to sell.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. And it's very important that you, or most important that you, that the sharing of knowledge is structured and as the previous one, explicit.
Okay.
Closed-ended. I think that is important.
Okay, thank you.
Important employee skills, non-cognitive and manual.
That
Well,
consultant shouldn't create something. It should be standard decision, standard solution.
okay, then that's least, yeah, so that's important then.
Okay, thank you.
Physical evidence, service concept, that it's specified. Yes, I think that's important, very important.
Okay, thank you.
Tasks, codified, and the process. Yes, very important.
Thank you.
That you have a short time to find solutions. Time consuming for finding decisions, little. I think it's important that you deliver feedback or to the customer quite fast. Yes, important.
Thank you.
And I think it's important to have a logical order and a routine.
Thank you.
The level of innovation, low. Well, I guess that's least important if you have a very standardized package.
Okay, thank you.
And I think the customer needs to understand how you work, so I think the methodology that it's described or prescribed, that it's very important.
Thank you.
Flexibility of process is low. I think that could be a weakness in this type of consultancy, all depending on who your client is. But so I think that is. But I think that's part of the package. So yes, 3. 3 on that one.
Okay, 3.
Operation process needs to be stable. That's very important. Prepared operations. Yes, that's very important. Problem solving. If you're selling online, it needs to be standardized, so that's very important as well.
Thank you.
That you need to focus on operation process. Yes, I guess that's important. Number 2.
Thank you.
I think that you do have to have contact with your client quite often. Even though it's online, I think you need to be in contact with the client because you need to answers to your questions and all of this. So I think rare or absent is wrong. I think that's, I guess number 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Type of interaction. What does this mean, Anna?
Unsynchronous, it's like email, and synchronous, it's like telephone or Skype or face-to-face. It means that when I ask question, I got answer at once. Unsynchronous, it means that I send something and get answer later.
Okay. I think if you expect to deliver results very fast and you want a quick service, I think you need to get answers to your question really fast. So I think this is number 4.
Okay, thank you.
Email, intranet, rare. I think that's number 4 because I think you need to, even though it's online, I think people need to talk together.
Okay, thank you.
Process of work, mainly written, yes, that's important.
Thank you.
Possibility to control by client, I think that's important too because they want to see what they pay for.
Thank you.
The possibility to reproduce, if you're going to make money out of this with a low price and all of this, I think it's very important that you can reproduce this.
Thank you.
Possibility to use IT application, yes, I think that's very important, that you have a good system. Length of project, long. It all depends on the project, but of course it's important that there is sufficient time. Yes.
Okay, and 2?
Number 3. Number 2, yes.
Number 2. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for your full answer. It's very interesting. Thank you. And we have 2 more questions. Some project or stages of the service with personalized characteristic can be provided to existing customer using internet communication under the condition familiar service and well-defined service concept. I remember that you mentioned that some stages in your personalized service you really provide online.
Yes, mainly online in certain stages. So can be provided as yes. So I agree on that.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And when service with personalized characteristic acquire codified characteristic, the probability to conduct such services online will increase. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Could you provide example or guess what kind of personalized services in your organization can change characteristic to codified and can go online? Do you have any idea?
I'm not sure what stage it's very difficult to say what type of stage, but maybe the very, very, very initial start when the company contacts us to say what their issues are and what they want us to do, and all of this can maybe be done online. But of course, then again, it's maybe difficult to write everything down. Maybe they want to discuss and all of this, but maybe that is a part that could be initially done online.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your answer. It's very, very interesting. I will send the result of my research when it will finish. Thank you very much again.
No problem.